Today I thought we could continue with the Duolingo bot. I will try to explain my moves to you. I love playing chess when I am not schooling you on new languages. That's one small move for pawns and one giant leap for all kind. Okay, let's play the Sicilian. So knight f3, c5 controls the center, right? That's why we played it. I haven't been back to Sicily since that time I took my yak to the White Lotus. My lawyer says I shouldn't comment any further on the matter. What? That's a bit suspicious. Pay attention to this move. Maybe I can teach you a thing or two. Okay, knight c6, we bring an attacker to the center, why not? Even if you are a chess master, there is always more to learn. That's for sure though. Chess openings are like a can of worms. They are delicious and there are a lot of them. If you say so, I believe you. If you say that, I believe you. But I won't try it. I just believe you. Okay, so we capture, I assume. In Swedish, they would describe this move as uppenbart. I'm picking up steam. So knight captures. I'm going to play g6, just like I do because that's the accelerated dragon. And that's what I'm studying. So let's play g6. I want to fiancare to my bishop. My favorite language is whichever I'm learning next. In chess competitions, players are allowed to ask for an adjournment if they need to pause the game for an important reason, like a Spanish lesson. Yes, okay, my roti bind, it is. That's tough. Okay, bishop g7, we continue. We put this bishop over here to g7. Because after you play g6, normally you have to play bishop g7. This bishop isn't passive. I tried to fly diagonally one time, but I ran into a window. Bishop e3, fine, we just continue with the development. Why do you think knights jump to the side? Is it because they are scared? I don't do well around horses, but I'm good with knights. Knight c3, okay, fine. Defending the e4. I will continue with castle. Well, put my king into safety. That's for sure has to happen at some point in this game, so why not do it? You seem like you might need a break. Might I suggest a Spanish lesson? Today's lesson, you can't beat me at chess. c5, well, that's a new thing. I don't know if it's a stockfish new kind of move. I'm thinking about playing d6, but knight takes, pawn takes, pawn takes, pawn takes. I mean, that seems okay. I'm really thinking about playing d6. I think I have to. Plus, I need to get my bishop out, and I would rather play d6 than b6. So d6 looks like a fine move. I like d6. Yes, let's play d6. And if pawn takes immediately, I'm thinking about taking with the queen so I don't ruin my pawn structure. I wouldn't do that if I were you. Bishops might move diagonally, but this one is coming straight for you. He ignores it and c5, That's actually tricky because if I captured on c5, knight could capture on c6, and I have to recapture with the pawn, and then bishop captures on c5, and then isolated my pawn on c6, which could be a target in the future. So I don't think I'm fond of that. What else can we do? I'm also thinking about capturing first, bishop takes, and then I capture on c5. And if the bishop captures it, then I just play queen c7 out of the misery. I can't develop my bishop yet. Plus, if I move my bishop to d7, then that will isolate my d6. I don't want to put it there because then I will just double my pawns, and anywhere else it's just weak. So that's why I would capture the knight first and then capture on c5, because this is an annoying pawn and I don't think I like it. I could even follow up with queen a5 to create a pin and threaten that bishop and threaten to take on e4. I think I like that. I like that chat. So let's take. This move is like the easy question on a test. Sometimes chess is easy. Sometimes. Right. So now here I would continue with taking. I don't see the purpose behind d5, especially since the bishop could take and I recapture. And I don't think I like that. Plus also there could be e5, which I don't like. So I would just open the position, especially since I have this fianchetto bisci. Let's take. And if the bishop captures, I could go to a5, pinning the knight, potentially threatening knight takes e4. Because of the pin, plus I'm threatening the bishop. And yes, my e7 pawn will be hanging, but I can play rook e8. Bishop captures, castles. And there, maybe I capture over there on c3, giving up on my bishop. I think I like that. So I will capture on c5. So I like queen a5. Threatening that potentially, yes. Yeah, let's do this. I don't know what I'm going to do now, aside from referring to you as Your Highness. This almost feels like cheating. Yes, I saw that was hanging, but I think now there is just rook e8. Again, white is not, hasn't castled yet. So bringing the rook over there doesn't feel like a bad idea. Plus, the bishop will have to capture on f6, bishop recaptures, and I often threaten to capture on c3, winning this pawn even, or winning this pawn even. So I think I'm fine with this pawn sacrifice. Yes. Only thing I'm thinking, what if I capture on e4? How would that look? Bishop captures on f8. And what if I captured on f3? Knight takes f3. Queen d2 feels like an only move. And there, I don't think there is any follow-up anymore. And if I just take, bishop takes f8, I captured there with the bishop, pawn takes, queen takes, king moves away, and I have to recapture the bishop because otherwise I'm a rook down. And yes, the king didn't castle, but I don't feel like my action sacrifice was worth it this much. So rook e8 just seems more clean. Rook e8. Let's do that. This move is so easy, I wouldn't give you any gems for it. I feel like I can't pass up this opportunity, sort of like I never pass up the chance to teach a new language. Okay, so now we have to recapture. This is a must move, I believe. Bishop takes. We have to recapture. The move is as easy as testing out your native language. My king is going into hiding, kind of like you when you avoid my lesson reminders. There are a couple of weak pawns. Here I'm thinking to capture there. Since my opponent doesn't have many minor pieces anymore, and especially not a dark squared bishop, it's not tragical if we give up this bishop for this knight. And I'm thinking about it actually, because if bishop captures, pawn captures, I can even take on e4, although now I am the one who is a little bit behind in development, but my opponent can't give any checks, and I can develop quite easily. Plus, I can decide which one I want to take, this, and have two pawns walking, or just capture, pawn recaptures, and then rook captures on e4 and have this weak pawn. Probably I like that better. I for sure will capture here because I'm a pawn down. I don't think I should not capture. Also because I'm not sure where I want to put this bishop. Also because I don't want my opponent to defend everything. So I will capture. Nothing is hanging, great. It's no wonder you caught my knight. It's hard to get away wearing all the armor. This isn't a hard decision. Okay, so we need to decide which pawn to take, or if I have to take a pawn. I think I have to take a pawn. if we capture c3, we will have the majority on the queen side, right? Because these two will go against this one, which is a good thing, especially near end games, having the majority over there. It's easier to create a pass pawn. Yes, but the downside is that this pawn is weak and I feel like I could capture it anytime. I feel like that's one thing. While e4 is maybe not necessarily that pawn that I can capture anytime. But if I capture the e4 pawn, then the long diagonal will open up for the opponent's bishop. Plus they will get tempo, plus the b7 will be more exposed. And I will be again a bit behind in development, which is not necessarily unfixable, but I'm not sure I like the compensation white gets for gets after rook takes e4. Maybe after queen takes c3 our pieces are a tiny little bit better than if we take on e4. Let's take the c3. Okay. I will give you that point now and some language pointers later on. Bull before the queen. Ooh, okay. Now queen d5. That's a bit annoying. Yeah, I told you we would have some issues with the b7 pawn. But maybe we can just play rook b8. We can just play rook b8, protect it, and then go to e6. Not d6, but e6 with the bishop. Because this is also weak. This is also very weak. That's part of the reason why I decided to take on c3 anyways, because the e2 pawn is also quite weak. I do like queen b2. We attack the bishop, we defend the b7 pawn, and bishop e6 is coming next. Queen here, I'm not sure that's great, because what if our opponent ignores us? Let's say they play bishop f3. We can't play bishop e6 because that would cut our queen off from the defense. Plus, if we play bishop e6, not bishop e6, sorry, we already discussed that. But if we take the queen pawn captures, and I really don't want them to have a pass pawn in an end game. I don't like that pawn. So I don't want to capture, and I don't see how I continue. Let's do queen b2. Interesting that your queen doesn't travel in a carriage. Tough choices like this are what make you a better player. Bishop b5, but that was unexpected. I think I would still play bishop e6 here. Yeah, because bishop can take on e8, but I can also take on d5, right? So bishop there, queen takes, rook here. Rook goes there. But okay, that's nothing. I can just take the queen with the rook. Rook takes, and now that's an undefended rook. I could even take on a2, but okay, I won't. I will just double up, most likely. They double up too, and then play a6. And I'm going to capture on b2, so that should be fine. Bishop e6 is what I'm going to play, because I really want to finish the development. I attacked something bigger than they attacked, and I like that. Yes, bishop e6. Let's see what you have got. Chess is known as the game of kings and was used for diplomacy, so it's its own way of communicating. So I bring this here. The queen will have to move away somewhere, but where? Because I don't want to move this one here, because then the a rook is stuck. Let's bring the rook over here. And now I bring it to the open file with tempo. This game would go so much slower if you had to move castles brick by brick. I thought you would learn to protect your pieces by now. So, rook went there. I think actually I could capture there with check. Rook captures. I captured there. Bishop captures my rook over there. But I think I can just capture on a2. And I win a pawn. I win a pawn. Hello. I win a pawn, and then I will have two passes going. I don't think it's a good idea to capture on c5 first, because rook captures. I can double up though, and that might look good. prefer to simplify a little bit, especially since I see I will win a pawn and I will have two connected passers on the very side of the board. So I think I like that. I go there, yes, I take. That's okay, I might be down a piece, but my spirits are still up. I will take that. Now you are one step closer to going back to your language lessons. Okay, we have to take the queen. There is nothing, no discussions about it. Rook takes c5 and bishop has to take there. There is no discussions about it either because they were a rook down. Let's be honest. Beyoncé is the true queen. Try building a mod next time. Okay, so now we can take on a2. The rook cannot capture on b7 because it's checkmate, so the rook has to go away somewhere safe. And then I can maybe start marching with my pawns, but I have to be careful, although f7 is defended by my beautiful bishop, so maybe that's not an issue at all. I'm gonna capture. That looks safe. Look at that, you are learning. I am. This is as easy as picking up a new language. To be honest, I want to start with pushing the b pawn. 1, because its promotional square is defended by the bishop. 2, there is nothing in front of it, so I can just keep marching. While if I started pushing the a pawn, it would already have an issue on a4. Rook cannot come in there because 1, it's checkmate. 2, f7 is very well defended by my bishop. Okay, so rook is still not threatening anything. I think I'm just going to keep pushing. b4, and it's coming. Yeah, b4. Bishop goes there, b3. Yeah, why not? This bishop is in a very bad position to defend against my b pawn. Duo, you are losing. You should be the one learning chess. Chess notation can sound like a language of its own. Maybe I should teach a class on it. Be honest, is green a good color on me? I mean, I have never seen a green all before. So b3, let's be honest, b3. Threatening b2, b1, queen. At this point, I don't care about my bishop's life. I'm sorry to say that. But b3. Yes, now the bishop is hanging anyways. Because now the rook can just simply take it, right? This bishop is in a terrible position. b3 it is. b3, let's go. Even if the king gets out, I will still play b2. Stop me, Duo. Stop me. Yeah, so rook went there. That was a mistake it was a mistake to go to a1. Now that it went to d1, b2 is still coming and I'm threatening b1 queen. And I don't see what's happening here after b2. Big issues are happening. So we are both winners as long as we are having fun. You can't win them all, but you can complete your language lesson. Right. Okay, so b2. I don't see any threats. Bishop takes f7 is not a threat. Rook there is not a threat because I will just promote. Yeah, b2. I didn't know I could hate anyone more than Google Translate. Is there a way to play the correct answer sound effect when I make a move? Budding. b1 queen. Let's do b1 queen and we are a rook up and we still have our second Johnny to promote, right? So b1 queen. They have to take and we are a queen up. I mean a rook up once they take. There are no threats, so let's just do it. Alert the palace. The queen is on the move. Do you think she named her cat Gambit? Obvious move is that we recapture this, right? Think of this move as a required course. Well, let's push the other Johnny. There is nothing to be afraid of now. Okay, this bishop is still in our way. I will just go there to support the a4 pawn push. Let's push it. This is nothing. King can come closer, but I can just go back. Secret is, I think I need to move my rook on dark squares if I don't want to blunder it. I could also play actually rook c8. That would also be good. And probably it makes more sense because if bishop d7, I have rook d8. Make sure you study the board as closely as you study my language lessons. Right. I will follow your advice too. Okay, so rook c8. Let's attack this bishop. Aha, the student is becoming the master. Have you heard about good bishops and bad bishops in chess? And I'm not talking about Evo twins. Okay, so rook d8 seems like we are just winning this bishop. Okay, the king can attack my bishop, but I am fine with this exchange, to be honest. Rook takes d7. King has to take. I don't cry over lost pieces. Good. And now we will want to promote this, right? But this ugly king is very close to our R0 pawn. So we will have to go to b7 with the rook to cut the king off, promote to a queen, and it will be GG's. Rook b7. Okay. In Turkish, bishops are called fil, and taking your fil is a Turkish delight. So, okay, we don't have to care about these pawns. I can capture it, but I think it's easier just to push this. We ignore this. We don't have to care about this takes. Okay, I will recapture so we don't lose a pawn unnecessary though. You don't need a translator to understand you just lost a piece. Okay, we recapture with this. We normally capture towards the center. Okay, e6. Well, I will capture that at this point. I wish you hadn't done that. Hopefully you have better luck with your language lessons than you do at chess. I will take it, why not? It's a free pawn. Okay, h4, we push. Okay, I will take that because I'm bored. It's all part of the game, right? Right, of course. We promote to a queen, there is no stalemate. There are no stalemate chances, so it should be fine. Okay, king goes there, and now we slowly checkmate. Rook b4 first, we cut off the king. There, yes. Okay, queen here, c3. King goes there. And I think I will bring my rook there because I want to checkmate, want to capture there. Because if I just gave this check, the king could go there, which would still be fine because I am up every material imaginable, almost. So, rook g4. You are as fluent in attacking moves as you are in Spanish. I'm not fluent in Spanish. This ought to make things interesting. Let's take here. Check. Good move. I will just have to play better. At least Duo realizes it. My king also happens to be a magician because he can make Jack disappear. Okay, let's bring this rook over here and it will be just a simple ladder mate. Okay, now we bring this rook here to guard the king, and the queen will be the one delivering the checkmate. Here, in game ends in 3, 2, 1. GG's! You know, celebrating a win is more fun if you can do it in different languages. Thanks for being here again. I appreciate you being here with me. Bye bye. Be good.